So is everyone okay now? You can hear me? We're good to go? Okay. So our fraternity and sorority community at Miami University, we have 5,100 students. They are comprised of 47 chapters and 3 councils. We have IFC, MPHC, and the Pan-Hellenic Association. And the fraternity and sorority community makes up about 30% of the Miami University community, so it's a really robust community here on our campus. Our IFC is comprised of 23 all-men's fraternities that are recognized nationally, and they're governed by 11 executive officers that are advised by our office. Then we have NPHC, the National Pan-Hellenic Council, which I'll be talking about today. It's comprised of 3 fraternities and 3 sororities that are recognized nationally and locally, and then we also have a council that's the coordinating body of those groups. Lastly is our Pan-Hellenic Association, comprised of all 18 all women's organizations on our campus, and it's also a self-governed council that is advised out of our office. IFC and Pan-Hellenic, they both participate in formal recruitment processes that happen every spring. MPHC participates in an intake process that I'll talk about later in this presentation, and that can happen either fall or spring semester. So these are our recognized culturally based organizations. We have Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, and Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Those are our 3 fraternities. Our sororities are comprised of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Those are our 3 MPHC sororities. We do have one multicultural sorority, Sigma Lambda Gamma National Sorority Incorporated, but they fall under the MPC, the Pan-Hellenic umbrella, but they also participate in an intake process. So these are our 7 groups on our campus that participate in the intake process. An unrecognized organization is one that doesn't fall under our office. It's not advised out of our office. They're considered to exist off campus, and they don't follow any of our university's policies. They're not recognized as a student organization, so they don't have the same privileges as our recognized student organizations. Our one unrecognized MPHC fraternity is Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. So I just wanted to make you aware of that group. They're not recognized by our university, and so they go through the proper steps to become recognized. So I just wanted to make you aware that if you have a student looking to join our MPHC fraternities, we do have the 3 that are recognized that I mentioned in the previous slide. Okay, so these are the requirements and policies. Your student must be in good academic standing. They must have completed 1 full-time fall or spring semester per our office. Each organization nationally may have a different requirement, mostly being you must be a sophomore to join the organization. Some organizations do allow you to join as a 2nd semester freshman, though. For grades, we require a 2.5 cumulative grade point average, so that's cumulative all of your college work, not just the semester. And some organizations require higher, so I know Delta Sigma Theta requires you to have a 2.75 cumulative GPA. Credit hours, you must have 12 college credit hours from Miami or another accredited university, so we do accept transfer credits as long as it's accredited university credit. And then we have something unique to our campus is our Greek module, and students must complete 2 online educational modules that inform them about our fraternity and sorority community and what it means to be a Greek member on our campus. So they must complete the online module, the first part prior to joining, and the second part they complete after they join. And then lastly, the membership intake process. So every group's membership intake process is different. Mostly your student will have to go to an informational or what is called a rush to learn more about that organization and how to join. And then there may be an interview process, and then they start their education component in order to join that group, and then they become a member. Most of these organizations have a probate show at the end that is a new member presentation that introduces the new members to the campus. So that's unique to our MPHC organizations and then our one multicultural sorority. Okay, so how to join a cultural-based organization. So first, I think the most important component is research. We don't have a formalized recruitment structure to let you know about all of our organizations. So it's put back on the student who's interested to look at all of the organizations that we have on our campus and look at them all nationally, see if there's any philanthropies or any service-based opportunities that relate to them as a person, and also understanding that nationally may look a lot different than a local organization, so getting to know those members locally on Miami's campus is important as well. Secondly is get involved. So follow MPHC on social media, follow the individual members on the individual chapters on social media as well. And a lot of their marketing comes through social media, so if they're having programs or weeks on our campus, they'll let you know via social media. And then attend an MPHC seminar. That is going to be new in the spring semester. We are going to require all students who are interested in joining an MPHC group to attend the MPHC seminar to let them know more information about joining MPHC. So it's a 2-for-1 deal. When you join an MPHC organization, you also join the MPHC Council. So there will be leadership opportunities there, leadership positions, as well as programming opportunities within MPHC. So it's important to understand the history and everything that goes along with MPHC. So we require the students to attend that seminar, and that'll be rolled out in the spring semester. So we're going to be sending an email soon about that. So just have your student look out for that. And then lastly, engage the members, get to know the members of the chapter you're going to be joining. A lot of time I have students that come to college and they think they know what group they want to join, but then they get here and they meet those members and they may get along or they may relate more to members of a different organization. So I would say the more programs you can attend and the more you can get to know those members, the better in understanding what you're joining so that you have a good experience for the rest of your collegiate career. And just talk and make friends. A lot of times, I think today, students will get in group me's and texts and talk over social media, but you don't know a real person until you talk to them face to face. So I think it's important for them to engage with the members on our campus and talk to them and get to know them so they understand what type of organization that they're joining. So these are our expectations of membership in a fraternity and sorority no matter what council you're joining. We always want them to maintain great academics and work toward that graduation, which is why they're here. We always say they're student first and then they're Greek members second. So making sure that they're staying up on their academics, studying, and all of our organizations have a principle of academics or scholarship as one of their principles. So that's something that they value as well. 2 is involvement. So like I said, your student will be joining MPHC as well as joining their organization, but we also want them to be a well-rounded student and get that well-rounded college experience. So when they graduate and go on to work in the workforce, they have that experience. So we have ASG, we have business fraternities, and just a lot of student organizations that the student can join and get involved in to just create that well-rounded portfolio. And then lastly is citizenship. We want to make sure that we're getting great people and great brothers and sisters to join our community as well as graduating and going into the world and being their best selves. And we want to be able to say that the Miami experience contributed to that. So how can we strengthen them as students and get them the resources and things that they need to be better people? So lastly, I'm going to share some contact information. Kendall Fletcher is our incoming MPHC president. She is representative of all 6 organizations. She's a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, but if you want information about any fraternity or sorority in MPHC, she'll be able to give you that information. So that's Kendall Fletcher. And then this is my contact information. Like I stated earlier, I'm the Assistant Director for Fraternity and Sorority Life, and I advise MPHC as a student organization. So if you have any questions about this presentation or any specific organizations, I can give you answers to that or put you in contact with someone that can answer that question for you. So my email is harrisd8@miamioh.edu. All right, now it's time for questions. So if you have any questions, please share them in the chat box, and I will answer those for you. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any questions, so I appreciate all of you for taking the time to join our webinar today about culturally based fraternities and sororities. So like I mentioned before, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Bye.